Hello, everybody. My name is Kyle.
I'm Earl.
I'm the dungeon master for this first adventure. We are Death Saves with Advantage. This is going to be our podcast, YouTube series, Twitch live stream series, where we'll be playing a variety of tabletop RPGs.
Yes, first sessions, well, all of the sessions are going to be one-on-one. This first one, as Kyle said, he's running the game, and I am playing an entire set of 4 characters. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're playing the Descent into Avernus, which is one of the newest adventures from Wizards of the Coast. Uh, I'm playing the Moonleaf Family. Our Session 0 that'll be coming out alongside Session 1 will be more of an introduction into the characters, but we have Bo and Helena, and their children Violet and Chant.
Uh, Before we dove into today's session, I just want to give a huge thank you to Rain Zero and Daft Prodigy for inspiring us to start this podcast series in the first place. If you like the shenanigans that the Moonleaf family gets into today and in the future, then you better check out their podcast, which is called To Have and To Roll. They're also playing one-on-one with a party of 4. However, Rain and Daft are playing through the Pathfinder adventure, Curse of the Crimson Throne. They can be found on Twitter and all your usual locations for podcasts. Head over their way to get some more info. But without further ado, let's get ready to roll your death saves with advantage. So last time in this session 0, um, Earl, you got to be a little more acquainted with the Moonleaf family and all of their capabilities in some combat on your way to the city of Baldur's Gate. When you first entered the city, as you were following the Tianthar River, you eventually found yourselves at what was known as the Basilisk Gate. And it is called as such because there are actually some statues on either side of the gate that are basilisks, and those statues are also present up on top of the battlements along the wall. But when the family of adventurers they first came into the city, there was a lot of rumors about the city of Elturel falling, and you're not quite sure what that means. And before you could get too far into the city, you were approached by a member of what's more of a mercenary army than actual city guard, a member of the Flaming Fist, who said that your group looks capable and that you're to come with him. He's going to bring you to his captain because you
Right.
seem useful. And he brings you down here to the lower city. There is a guard station there. And when he walks in, he's like, has anybody seen the captain? And everyone there is just like, you must have walked past him, man. I mean, like, come on. He went back to the gate because didn't you hear they're closing the gates? There's way too many people trying to get here from Elturel. Too many refugees. Captain's going to oversee it. Uh, this guard is like completely has the attitude of like I don't get paid enough for this. Uh, but as a quick little uh, background to the city of Baldur's Gate and what's going on, because you are new in town, and he wants to thoroughly not necessarily convince, but like just let you know what's going on.
Sure.
He grabs a drink and is just like, "Well, welcome to Baldur's Gate, a veritable nest of rats and vipers clinging to the rocky slopes overlooking the Kianthar River. From their high perches in the upper city, the local nobles known as patriarchs gaze down with veiled contempt among the common rabble in the grimy lower city, with uh, and the foggy harbor. The whole of Baldur's Gate reeks of blood, crime, and opportunity. One can easily fathom why pirates and traders are drawn to this place like flies to a carcass. Following the river farther east would eventually lead you to Elturel, capital of the Holy Land of Elturgard, or at least that was the case until a few days ago. The flood of refugees from Elturel has gotten worse since news first arrived that the city has fallen. Now, everyone in Baldur's Gate is saying that they're next. No one truly knows who or what has claimed Elturel, however. But the patriarchs do pay us pretty well to protect the interest of Baldur's Gate and, by extension, the city itself. The Flaming Fist, we've gotten even more power since our leader, Ulder Ravengard, claimed the title of Grand Duke a few years back. Apparently, Ravengard is missing. But, and in his absence, it looks like the captain is sealing the city gates to staunch the flow of refugees. No one's going to be allowed in or out. That is why we're drafting capable adventurers such as yourselves, and he keeps looking specifically at Bo just because he's so large and imposing. Out of the four of them,
Sure.
I can't be bothered to head back. Go to the Basilisk Gate. You're to look for Captain Zaj, and you'll know him when you see him. He's tall, got long black hair, and a leather eye patch. Shouldn't take too long to find him, but best of luck. And he just downs the rest of his drink and heads back into further back into the guard station.
Okay. Bo is just kind of nodding slowly, kind of just sighing. Okay, well, a life of fighting, right? So he's gonna turn to Helena, and he says, "Well, if this is what we must do, we must do it. Let's keep the kids close. But you know as well as I do that they can take care of themselves." And he starts to lead the family out.
Okay. It takes you a little bit to get through the city because it is a bustling city. The lower city portion of Baldur's Gate is a little more densely packed, but you do make your way back to. Excuse me. You do make your way back to the Basilisk Gate, and there is a whole different kind of commotion going on. You get there just as it seems the gates are beginning to close, and the crowds are starting to riot. There's guards all over the place trying to calm people down.
What's going on over here, huh? Break it up. Stop fighting. Come on. Calm down, people. Calm down. Stop. Come on, man. Calm yourselves down. Get back in the line, people. Calm down. Things will return to normal soon. Calm down. Will you all?
And go ahead and give me a perception check from somebody.
Yeah, I know who that'll be. There's a 7.
Chant's pretty distracted, and he can't. It's just there's a lot of commotion going on, a lot of moving bodies, a lot of closely packed people. But you can clearly make out who's a member of the Flaming Fist and who's just somebody in the city, a member within the city. What do you do?
Okay. Does anyone see the captain?
That Chant at least doesn't. I would allow
Okay.
one more perception check to
Alright,
see if somebody sees him specifically.
Bo's gonna look for the captain. He rolls a... sorry, that is...
13. All right. It takes a little bit. But he does manage to eventually spot again this how tall is Bo?
Bo is pretty tall. Oh, he's 6 feet tall.
Okay. Up there around 6 feet tall, Bo does spot this imposing, built human man with the matching description, long black hair and the leather eye patch over the right eye.
Great.
And he's currently shoving a couple people that just came through the gate back as they're trying to push through a line of guards. When you can see that there's a gap in between the guards as a way for folks to file into the city.
Yeah, we make our way to Captain's Lodge and push people out of the way if we need to.
Okay. And it takes you a little bit to push through, but real quick before any conversation happens, when you were talking as Bo before, both your normal voice and Bo's voice came through.
That was on purpose. My attempt was to hope that it was easier to understand him and give him a little bit more than just the monotone. So, yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
And
okay.
one quick question.
But you do see him. Yes.
Did we get a name of the original guy from the Flaming Fist that was sending us here? I think you said it last time.
Let's see. I don't know. No, you did not get a name, but you did come from the station to the south, in the southern area of the lower city.
Okay, that's fine. So we're pushing our way up through. Yep.
And you push your way up through, and you do manage to break through into an opening, because there is a lot of empty space behind them, because they're trying to funnel these people into a specific area for entry into the city. Hey, no, go that way, go, not here, no.
He's trying to say that to us?
Shoving some people. No, to the people. You're behind him right now.
That's
and he's just,
Bo's gonna call out to him. Captain Zaj.
What do you want?
Men from your southern station sent us here.
A little busy.
We're here to help. What do you need us to do?
And he now actually takes a good look at you and the rest of your group, and he gives a whistle and gestures over, and another member of the Flaming Fist takes his spot.
Okay.
And he walks your group away. make sure they go to the entrance over there.
Helena's. Sorry.
You're the latest group. You're the latest groups that's been
Yes.
drafted into working with us.
Yes, we are.
Good. Just looking over everybody, a little confused at Chance presence being a little raven person among a trio of turtles.
Helena definitely recognizes that and says,
and
He's capable. Trust me.
if you say so. All right. They tell you anything, or just send you here?
they just sent us here. We can help.
I hope you're more capable than them. All right. So here's what's going on.
The refugee crisis has stoked up fears that Baldur's Gate might suffer the same fate as Elturel, of which nothing remains but a hole in the ground, apparently. Our Grand Duke, Older Ravengard, was visiting Elturel on a diplomatic mission when the city was destroyed. Coincidence? I think not. The Knights of Elturel Guard call themselves Hell Riders. A few of them escaped the destruction and think we're somehow to blame for Elturel's downfall. What a bunch of self-righteous rabble-rousers. We're arresting them on sight, but that's left us a bit short-handed to deal with another problem. And for that, I need your help.
And just looking over your group, just trying to get a sense of any type of reactions.
Well, what do you need?
A smile stretches across his face, and he reaches into his back pocket and pulls out 4 copper badges that actually bear the crest of the Flaming Fist's coat of arms, giving each of you one.
Okay.
This will allow you to act in my name and as a member of the Flaming Fist. But here's what I'm going to need you to work on.
Baldur's Gate has long been plagued by the followers of the Dead Free. The gods Bane, Baal, and Merkel. I thought we'd wipe them out, but apparently not. These purveyors of fear and death are taking advantage of the current crisis to commit murder sprees throughout the city. As my appointed deputies in this matter, you'll have the license to kill these wretches on sight. Find their lair and wipe them out. Eliminate anyone who gets in your way, and don't worry about collateral damage. If you do as I say, I'll see that each of you receives 200 gold pieces in addition to my gratitude, which is worth considerably more. A few blocks from the Basilic Gate is the Elfsong Tavern. A spy named Tarina hangs out there, gathering rumors for the guild. She owes me a favor, so tell her you work for me. Ask her what she knows about the Dead Free. And for the love of bouldering, be nice. Tarina has dangerous friends.
You've got your
What was the
orders.
name of that tavern? Did you say Elk Song?
The Elfsong Tavern.
Elf Song.
Elf.
Gotcha. Elf Song
Yeah.
Tavern, and that was Tarina. She owes Zaj a favor.
Mhm.
Asked about the debt free.
And the Dead 3.
The Dead 3, that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yes. And he said basilisk, just different. He said basilic gate.
Oh, weird.
So
Um,
so where you are, Yeah.
Okay, and
It's a
then the
few
last
blocks from where
thing
you
was
guys
he named them. What were their names?
They are Ball, that is, or sorry, Bane, Bane,
Uh-huh.
Ball, Bhaal, and Myrkul, Myrkul.
Thank you. Great. Okay.
If anybody wants to give me if anybody's proficient in religion,
Sure, I think.
they could do me a check on this.
Let me see. Not Bo. How about Helena? You got some religion proficiency? Nope. Probably Chant. Just got to get to it. Not Violet. And Chant is, yes. Chant rolls a 15.
A 15.
Mhm.
Okay. So the dead three are or were evil adventurers named Bane, Ball, and Myrkul, who long ago quested to become gods, and they succeeded, but grew even more ambitious afterwards, and tried to seize some. You're not quite sure what it was, but some divine artifact from someone or something even more powerful. But they failed and were slain. But their followers continued on. What you do know specifically is that Bane is a god of tyranny, Ball is a god of murder, and Myrkul is known as the Lord of Bones.
Okay. Spooky wookie.
Spooky.
Spooky. Okay. Chant quietly whispers this into Helena's ears, his mother. And she shares with everyone. We don't have to do that conversation that we just read to me, but.
Yes. Clearly, Chant heard someone say all of this verbatim once in the monastery.
Your audio is getting weird again. I want to reconnect Roll20. Try again.
Hello.
Okay. Repeat what you said last so we can.
I was like, clearly, Chant heard somebody say this exactly verbatim a long time ago at the monastery. That's why he knows it.
Exactly, yes.
That mimicry, gotta
Handy
work
stuff.
with it.
Yes.
Okay. So you have your orders and you have a destination.
Sure.
What do you want to do? Do you want to head there right now, or do you want to do something else?
Well.
All he said was to go.
Yep.
In all fairness.
And did he leave? Are we still with him?
He is still, or he heads back to the gate.
Okay.
But
if he walked away, I will leave it at that.
Go on, be on your way then.
Says you may leave.
Gotcha. Bo's gonna turn to everyone. Are you all okay to do this? I don't think there's much choice, but I don't want to put you all in harm's way. And Helena very quickly in response.
We're not leaving you alone.
Bo just kind of nods. And he looks at Violet specifically, knowing she's been pretty out of it since they left their home, and says to her, Are you okay? She just nods quietly, and Chant just looks eager. Probably more excited than he should be. Looking to prove himself a little bit, I think. And not knowing the city and having a destination to go to, they're just going to head straight there.
Okay. So you head to the Elfsong Tavern. Let's see. Give me just a moment here. So the Elfsong Tavern, as you approach, you see that it is a two-story building. Nothing too fancy about it, other than there is a very, very wide berth around the entrance of this building.
Sure.
Because standing at guarding the entrance as a bouncer of sorts.
Oh. We have
There
a map. We
is
have a map.
There is a very large female half ogre just standing there with her arms crossed, just eyeing everybody as they walk by.
Bo's going to walk up first. This is the Elfsong Tavern. Yes.
Just gives you a grunt.
He's going to kind of flash the badge that he was just given. See if that gives any response from them.
She rolls her eyes and just points up at the sign above. That's like, well, she like ducks to the side when she realizes the sign is behind her head.
Yeah, pointing at the badge.
And she points to, then she opens the door a bit, and you can already see a little bit of that. It's pretty busy inside from looking through the window, but
Sure.
She pushes the door open so you can head in.
Okay. Did he give us a description of what Torino looks like?
No.
Okay. All right, we will enter in and just take a look around.
I'll move you guys in. As you walk in, you hear there's a shifting of metal as you look next to you, and there's an empty suit of armor that's just like staring at your group and watching you all as you walk in.
The suit of armor is? Does it look like there's someone inside of the suit of armor?
An empty suit of armor that's just watching you all. No, it is empty.
Does anybody have any idea what that could be?
You can. Anybody with that's proficient in Arcana.
Okay. I think Violet would be. Let's see. Yeah, Violet is. I clicked it. Let's click it again. Oh, we'll take the. Ooh.
Yeah,
we gotta take the first one though. Bummer. That's
unfortunately, the first roll is not as good as the second one.
That's a 5.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 5.
A 5. Oof. You know, Violet's been so concerned about her own magical powers manifesting out of nowhere that she hasn't been able to look into too much other things, too much else. But you do see there's, as you're all kind of just looking at it, and it's looking back at you.
Sure.
Well, without eyes,
Right.
You just hear from behind the bar counter, don't mind Clank, he's just watching over the place.
Bo just nods and walks towards the bar actually.
And what are your passive perceptions again?
We have 14 for Bo, 10 for Helena, 9 for Violet, and Chant is 14 as well.
Oof. Bo and Chant notice very easily that A lot, and not just a lot. All all of the patrons here just they they're ready just in case anything happens because Baldur State has a reputation in that
Sure.
nowhere is safe, so you should always have a weapon with you.
Okay. So they're all
So
armed.
everybody's packing.
Gotcha. We'll carefully make our way
Yes,
to the bar.
except other than employees.
Sure. Yeah, we'll walk up to the bar. Yep.
Okay. And as you walk through, there's some stuff that you notice that, like, the well-armed patrons huddled around the tables in this main room. You walk past a few private booths on the left side of the room. Off in the right corner, near some stairs, there are some like pushy padded armchairs pointed towards a fireplace,
Okay.
and then a set of stairs that just go up and around a corner to the next floor. You assume.
Okay.
You're not sure what's up there, but there's at least a second floor. So, welcome to the Elfsong Tavern. Name's Alan. What can I do for you?
We are looking for someone named Tarina. And once again,
Huh,
Bo
that's,
shows his badge once again.
It's a interesting voice you have there. Suppose it's a story for over a drink.
Yes. Short, but sure.
It's a copper for a pint.
All right, they'll throw out a copper. Bo and Helena will both have one. The children will not.
Alan is a savvy businessman.
Well, getting the sense of playing along might be smart. So.
He does eye the badge and doesn't seem to like react really, because
Sure.
You're not quite sure why, but so how'd you come about that voice then? He gives himself you said Helena gets one as well?
Yeah, Helena takes a drink. She'll sip it, and she's going to be watching the bar pretty closely while Bo has this conversation. So.
Give me a perception check for Helena,
Sure.
and then let's hear why Bo's voice is the way that it is.
Let's do that. Helena rolled a 19.
Ooh.
Natural 19 plus 0.
That's who I want watching my back.
Yeah, right? Bo, while that's happening, Bo says, I fought a lot. In first sport, you would say. Had an unlucky fight. Don't get me wrong, I didn't lose the fight. Just my ability to speak fully on my own. Close friend. Say he's Candy. Helped whip up this, and Bo points, kind of just like he kind of has it covered up a little bit, but he kind of pulls down his shirt, and you can see just like a metallic plate kind of partially embedded in his skin underneath.
Okay. Well, now, that certainly is a interesting. And he just stops mid-sentence.
Sure.
As this just ethereal voice just sings throughout the tavern.
Okay. checking. No.
As just this, again, this ethereal, ghostly voice that sings in Elven, and as the song stops, eventually stops, you then realize that everyone else had stopped their conversation. But since the song has ended, they
Picks back up.
pick right back up. None of you speaking Elven know what
Okay.
she was singing about,
Sure.
but you could definitely tell that it wasn't a happy song.
Okay. Bo just kind of looks back at the bartender. I assume
assume
that's
that's
not a common occurrence.
She sings when she wants. She's just a spirit who's been here for longer than anyone can remember, really. So she sings this song every now and then. It's just talking of the sun dawning over ruddy cliffs, fields of green still. Talks of the land being filled with joy and renown, singing the song of Elturel. However, then it goes into talking a bit about the mighty Hell Riders of Elturgard and scattering these devil hordes that once claimed the lands, driving them back to whence they came. Maybe she was a Hell Rider. Maybe she knew somebody there. Nobody can say for sure, but yeah. And let's see. Anybody talk? Oh, and it talks about a companion to Elturgard, and
Okay.
either I would say just because age, either Bo or Helena, if they want to give me a history or a history check.
Let's see. It's gonna be Helena. It's gonna be a 20.
Okay.
19 plus 1.
So two things.
Sure.
20. Ooh. Two things. The companion that the elf song refers to is given to the artificial sun that burns over Elturel perpetually, protecting the city and its surrounding lands against undead. Outside of this game, I also have been running Tyranny of Dragons, and the party in that game has been to Elturel, and Elturel has this large, like, dome, a radius of light that is now, is referred to as the Companion.
Sure.
And also, because you rolled a 20, Hell Riders, they got the name because not only did they drive back the devils on this plane of existence, but they went down into the hells, and very, very few of them returned.
Okay. Helena says,
It's a sad song. Especially with what's happened.
It is.
But we are here to see Tarina. As my husband said.
she kind
Tarina,
of taps on the bar.
I think I think there's someone. Hey, Fulton, and right behind Chant, there's like a body that just like kind of shakes, like not really paying attention before.
Sure.
But like a bar hand, a server. Boy turns around. Yeah. Is there anyone named Tarina in here? Um, I think she's up. I think she might be upstairs. She's. There's a pretty rowdy game of. There's a pretty rowdy dice game going on upstairs. I think she might be. Pretty rowdy game of Baldur's Bones going on upstairs, and she might be playing that.
Violet gets really excited.
Dice game, you say?
Yeah.
She just smirks in her seat. Her parents are just shaking their heads at her.
Oh no. First the trouble with magic, now the trouble with gambling. Here we go.
This family is very to the point, and they're headed towards the stairs. They're not running, they're just headed. They're trying to get up there.
Yeah.
I should probably mark off the copper. I don't have copper. Oh boy.
It's okay. You can convert a gold to some silver.
Yeah, I could, and I probably should. I'll be good. Bo paid for both, I'll say.
Okay. So you head upstairs, and you see there's a big group of people up here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Where did you go? There you are. This is an upstairs dining room, and you see other doors that you assume may lead to like guest rooms or other dining spaces. You're free to check anything out, but
In the other rooms, you mean?
The other rooms, yeah.
Okay.
If you're interested, and there are a series of individuals. There are 3 people at this table that are playing dice. This person here is dressed in somewhat like acolyte robes, but is eyeing the dice game, and Chant can just kind of get the vibe that they want to play, but are making themselves stop. There's a very quiet table over here with people that just happen to be sitting on opposite ends of the table, just not interacting with each other. And you see a little halfling over here that is just taking in the atmosphere.
Sure. Violet's definitely going to go to the table where they're all playing. She's going to sit down right at the end of the table. She's going to walk right over here. Bo and Helena are going to Bo's going to go over to talk to this halfling.
Okay.
Helena's going to make her way over to this other table. And Chant is going to watch the room.
Okay. All right.
Chant will probably peek his way. If any of these doors are open, he'll take a look in. But if they're closed, he's going to wait.
The doors are closed for these 2 rooms, but all the doors are closed.
Okay.
These 2 are not locked, however.
He'll look around the room before he starts poking around.
Okay. Give me a perception check for Chant, then.
Sure. Okay, Chant is rolling perception. That is 4 plus 4, 8.
Yeah, he sees all the people that I mentioned.
Sure.
But it's just being vigilant and making sure that nothing goes wrong.
He's distracted by something.
So, who wants to do what first?
Violet definitely going first here.
Okay.
She sits down at the table and she says,
You see the three people, they have three dice that look like they're carved from bone. Each of them, they like shake a cup, set it down, and they're peeking at what they have.
"Sure." She's watching and she eagerly.
There's currently just 3 copper in the pot.
Okay.
Alcohol. This one, rather burly half-orc. All right, I'm going to do one more. And throws in another copper. Keeps his hand on over his dice. Puts a 4th die in the cup. Shakes it, sets it down. All right. The last one over here. She's looking over everybody, watching you, and like moves her dice off to the side. One more. Does the same. Sets it down. I bust after she puts her 2nd copper piece in. And all right, on 3. The half-orc pulls back, smirks with a 17 on his 4 dice. And he goes to reach for the pot, and this halfling, she swats his hand. 18 as she rolled 3 6s, and she pulls. She scoops up her pile.
Violet just giggles.
So, anyone up for another round?
Yeah, roll me in.
Do you have your own dice? Do you have your own money?
I've got the money.
All right. Do you have the dice?
No.
I'll take a copper and loan you a set.
Sure.
And she hands you. She grabs, she downs a drink that she had in a little wooden cup. Kind of like wipes it off, dries it with the inside with her shirt. Hands you that. Hands you 4 dice. So, Baldur's Bones is a popular dice game in all of the taverns of Baldur's Gate. And the rules are as follows. Each player puts in the agreed ante. So they're just playing for copper pieces, and they usually start with 1 copper piece.
Okay.
But then they all roll 3. You all roll 3 dice.
Okay.
And play then proceeds clockwise around the table, with the host of the game going last. On their turn, a player can choose to stand or roll, and it's essentially blackjack with dice. You're looking to get as close to 21 without busting. And after everyone has had a single turn, the highest point total, excluding the players who bust, win and take the pot.
Okay. You're rolling just a d6?
You'll be rolling 3d6, and then if you want to roll or hit, you'll roll 1 additional.
We should reconnect again, sorry. Last thing you
said. Any better?
No, not yet. Try one more time.
Okay. Did this work or no? Do I have to reconnect?
Yes, that worked. But go ahead and last thing we said was that you were we roll 3d6 and then we can hit above that.
Yes. You roll 3d6 and you can hit once.
Sure.
And you're trying to get to 21 and not bust by going over. All right. So, this person is gonna. The person who gave you the dice is gonna host. So, and everybody is in.
1 copper in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can do. Do I do my roll now or later?
Go ahead and do your roll now. I'm doing mine.
Can I just do it? Do I have to do 3 individual or can I just do 3d6?
You can just do 3d6.
Okay.
And don't tell me what you got yet.
Are you not supposed to know?
Well, I can know. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just... Okay. So the half orc. I'll hit. Or I'll roll. The human lady on the left side of the table, your right. I'll roll 2. Now everyone's looking to you.
I'll roll.
I think I'll roll as well.
Did we put in a copper on the roll? Are we hitting?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that's a hit.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Just making sure. It's fine.
So now the pot is at 8 copper.
Yep.
And let's go ahead and reveal. The half orc 12. Human 13. Violet
13.
I win again. 17. Pulls in her 8 copper. Oh. Well, that was pretty satisfying. I've got, I think I'm gonna head down and get another drink. She puts her hand out for her dice.
What's your name, Angela?
Who's asking?
Violet Moonleaf.
She eyes you over. Folks around here call me Tarina. I'll be back. Get ready to lose more copper.
Violet looks for her parents.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And speaking of her parents, who's doing what next?
Well, Bo went over to talk to the halfling.
Okay.
I mean, this is all simultaneous, I imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's kind of there. She's whittling a little statue of something. You assume out of wood. It's
Sure.
she's very fresh. She hasn't gotten into any of the finer details yet.
What are you making?
Oh, this? I'm not quite sure yet. It hasn't told me what it wants to be. She keeps carving.
I'm
Eyeing
Bo.
the room, eyeing you.
I'm Bo.
Willow.
Charmed. Do you know of a woman named Tarina?
She's pretty popular these days, it seems. A lot of folks are asking about her.
We were told to come speak to her.
Well, you'll find her. She's pretty handy with dice. Just don't sit down and play with her. She might take all your money.
Bo kind of just sighs, knowing that Violet is over there playing dice. And he just says, Let me know what it tells you it is. And then he turns around and walks back over towards Chant.
Okay. And Helena.
Helena sits down and kind of just looks back and forth. To either one of them start conversation with her when she sits down?
The one to the north of you, on the northern end of the table. It's another halfling, though not quite as stout.
Sure.
Looks to be a little more fleet of foot. Just sitting there, flipping a coin, and has just stars all across their face.
Sure.
Just
nods. Hello.
What do you want?
That was the wrong voice.
Hello.
What do you want?
Just taking in the tavern.
Sure.
What's your name?
What do you want to know? Who wants to know?
Conversation.
Who wants to know?
Me.
Helena.
Somebody send you?
No.
No.
Somebody send you?
She just turns to the other person.
Hello?
Uh, hi.
What's
this
this
And
one's
he
deal?
like he wipes his face as he's like you interrupted him as he was like taking a bite of some stew. That don't mind him. Don't mind them. They've had a rough go of things, and they're always suspicious of folks.
What about you?
I just like my stew.
What's your name?
Wipes his. Call me Oloric.
Helena.
Nice
She
to meet
shakes
you.
his hand.
I'm sorry. I am terribly rude, but what are you? I've not seen someone like you before.
Called Turtles.
Turtle.
Not from
Okay.
here. Not too far.
He pulls out a little book and he's like, turtles. And he's just writing stuff down in a book.
Do you know of a woman named Tarina?
And he gets kind of like this sunken look, expression, just like, oh, like you can tell he definitely knows who she is. Yeah, she tends to take all my coin when I decide to play some dice.
Helena has the same kind of sigh about Violet being over there playing dice, because of course.
But yeah, she turns around, stares at Violet, who readily throws in another copper piece.
Yeah.
And then watches it get taken away by the winner of the game, who gets up and makes their way downstairs, and eventually, just out of sight.
Okay. Violet walks over to. Well, the family's kind of all meeting back up over here.
Okay.
Violet says,
Get her off of Bo.
As usual, I found what we needed. She went downstairs. She claims she's returning. Chant, can you go watch to make sure she does?
and Chant stealthily tries to see where she went.
Okay, let's see Chance stealth roll.
Is, jeez, 4 plus 7, 11.
Okay. Well, it is kind of hard being stealthy. So
Sure.
Chant goes in a busy tavern.
Sure.
Chant goes down, kind of just like peering through. Excuse me. The posts on the stairwell, and then sees Tarina at the bar with Alan. Big smile on her face as she turns around with a pint, lifts it to her face, and then like, what? Just like sees just this raven head peering down between the posts.
He tries to, like, play it off like he's just looking around.
Deception check.
Sure. Oof.
Let's see it.
Oh, that's fitting. 9 minus 2, 7.
Oh, -2.
He's a monk. He's a monk.
What the? Start like beelines it towards the stairs,
Sure.
going right towards Chant.
Chant, he waits and kind of just waves on the family hurriedly to where he is.
Can I help you?
Violet walks up,
They shoot you there.
says, Sorry.
Hello again.
And Violet pulls out the badge and shows the family pulling out the badges as well. And Bo takes over at this point and says, Captain Zaj sent us to speak to you.
Yep, I figured as much. Well, Fane, I need the table. Fuck off. And the other two make their way to the table on the backmost side, and she just goes and sits down with her pint.
Yeah, but they follow.
Okay. So,
Chant
Zod
waits over by the stairs because he's embarrassed that he wasn't stealthier.
So, Zaj says that I owe him a favor, huh? What does he want?
Well, Helena says,
Well, he actually needs you to give us information.
Okay, well, at least it's actually within my realm of expertise for once.
We need to know everything you know about the Dead Three and their followers within the city.
Okay. Now that is a good bit of information there, yes. But I have a request of you lot
they nod.
before I can give you this information. I have some friends, old friends, that have made their way back into town recently. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna cause some trouble. Gonna help me deal with it?
Bo sighs. We don't have a choice, do we?
Oh, I think we're gonna have a wonderful relationship.
Bo does smirk and kind of just not in a threatening way, but just kind of grabs onto just the handle of his weapon, just kind of like nodding, and lets go.
Oh, rumor tells me that that they've tracked me here. I do frequent this place pretty often. So, I think we'll just kill some time. And it's gonna be a little bit till the friends arrive. Do you have anything you want to do within the Elfsong Tavern?
Chant's gonna try to look in some doors.
Okay. Which door first?
It's gonna go counterclockwise.
Okay. So these two rooms are both in the upper right corner of the upper dining hall. They are unlocked, but they are just basic desk rooms. There's a bed with an end stand.
Nothing in the end stand?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
Okay. Just continuing on, yeah.
This door is locked.
Okay. Chant looks around. Is this person over here looking at him? Or anybody else looking at him?
Give me another perception check.
22.
22, okay.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to be going about their business. The only person who's keeping an eye on you is just Helena, but she's just because, she's mom.
Yep. He puts an ear to the door and tries to listen if anyone's inside.
Okay. You hear what sounds like just random noises, but seems to be some type of speech. It's just one very hushed voice. like
Hmm.
if Chant was practicing one of his like mantras or something.
Does he recognize it sounding like the song from when they were downstairs?
No. That's definitely not it's not Elven. He knows that
Okay.
much.
He's gonna continue around the room first, checking the other doors.
This
Just
opens
went
up
down.
into.
Mhm.
You keep going. The door all the way on the left side actually unlocked and opens up into a private dining space.
Oh. Any food out or anything?
Nah, it's empty and it's very clean.
Okay. What about this other door? Or is this a window?
This is a window.
Gotcha. Okay. He'll wander this room a little bit just to see if anything's kind of interesting hiding itself in here at all. But
Nope, there's nothing going on in here.
all right. Well, he'll
Other
continue his
than
path around.
there's actually you see up here
Sure.
a taxidermied head of a. Give me an Arcana check.
Sure. It's a 10.
That makes sense. You assume, based on as you turn around, you see a sign above the door. You assume that the head of the beast that is on the wall is a displacer beast, which is why this private dining room is known as the displacer beast room.
Okay. Fun. He'll take a closer look at that for a minute, just for the fun of it, and he'll leave it
this
be.
really, really deep purple-colored fur, sharp, pearly white fangs, and still just these piercing yellow eyes,
Sure.
just staring over top the full length of the table in the room.
He kind of just nods, and he'll walk back out and keep checking these doors.
The room in the lower left corner of the room, or the door in the lower left corner of the room, is locked.
Okay. Same thing, ear to the door.
You don't hear anything.
Okay, and then the bottom right door.
That is as you walk through the door, or as you check the door, also unlocked, and is another private dining room.
Is there another displacer beast head on the wall?
There is not, but there's a different creature. You could give me an Arcana check,
Sure.
just on the off chance.
He's got a +2. It's not the worst. 13.
You've heard about these things, but never seen them. It fits the description of an Umber Hulk.
All right.
You are an Umber Hulk.
Somebody's quite the hunter. He's gonna make his way back out the main room, and quietly whisper to his father whether or not he should try to get into some places he might not need to be. And Bo.
Does he talk to Bo first, or go to this last door?
Oh, there's another door.
Here?
I missed that. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's right next to the stairs.
He goes
on
there
the right
first.
side. This
Yeah,
door is locked. You hear nothing on the other side.
Okay. Yeah, he'll relay this all to his father, who I'm gonna leave it to chance what he thinks.
Okay.
We're
Roll for dumb. Let's go.
We're doing decent. Well, yeah, we'll say 1 yes, 2 no. We'll just roll a d2. Did it roll? Oh, 1. So he says, yeah, go ahead.
Ooh.
So Chance
Okay.
can start. He's smart enough. He's gonna start with the door on the top, right near the stairs here. He doesn't hear anything behind.
Okay.
Except he
Do you
doesn't have
any
no.
tools? Okay.
No, he does not.
So
He was gonna use a dagger.
okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna need I guess a
Yep.
dexterity check with disadvantage.
Okay. That's fair. Dexterity with disadvantage. Well, let's see what happens. He's been rolling great. That's an 8.
8.
That's not gonna
no.
do it. Yeah, no.
Like the dagger is just a little like you can't find any of the mechanisms to unlock this door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll try the other. He'll try the other quiet, the room where he didn't hear anything. Probably
Okay.
with the same result.
Back into the lower left
Yep.
corner. Okay.
He's gonna
See
try
the
that
same
as well.
same check.
That's a 10.
10. You. It
Whoops.
takes a little bit, but eventually. You hear just the wonderful click of a lock,
Sure.
and you're able to open the door.
He'll peek his head inside briefly, taking a quick
And
look.
that is just a looks to be a private guest suite.
Can I poke my head in? Okay. Is there anyone's belongings in here?
You could do me an investigation check.
Sure.
And off to the side, you do see that there is like another private like dining table.
That's a 4.
You don't find any belongings other than just that there are probably the nicest sheets that Chant has ever seen
Sure.
on the bed in this room.
He's just gonna walk back out and lock that door behind him. Very nice.
There's the door sound.
It's very nice. Yeah, and for this other door, he's just gonna knock.
Okay. You knock, and you hear, ah. Hello. Just coming from the other side of the door.
Chant just repeats exactly how he just heard hello. He just mimics it. Hello.
What is it? I haven't requested any food.
What does he say? He's gonna say... He's gonna say, what is it? Back at him.
What? And you can hear frustration as you hear the door being unlocked. And then slowly creaking open. They're just peering through like the crack in the door. You are greeted with this like not necessarily slimy or scaly, but just like this green skinned creature with frills on the side of its head.
Sure.
You're not one of the employees.
Not employee, he says back.
I can tell. Who does this belong to? He's bothering me. Just shouts out to the room.
He just kind of tries to look past him into the room, and Helena definitely starts walking over.
Okay, give me a perception check with disadvantage, because there's a body in the way.
Yep. I was writing down all the things he was saying so that Chant has more words to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chant's perception with disadvantage. Let's see what happens.
Come on, double that 20.
I'll take the
No, but still a
17, no.
17. All right. Yeah.
Also, do I recognize
Let's
what this
see.
creature might be?
That would be a nature check from either Chant or Helena. Or actually both of them, because they're both interacting.
Chant says nature, and he rolls a 6. And Helena
Found,
says
makes
nature.
sense.
Helena rolls a 15.
There's...
sorry, your audio again. Go again?
Hello.
That's better.
Hello. Good?
Yeah, it must just be a roll 20. Yeah, it's a roll 20 thing, I think. Just eventually.
Yeah, probably. Or a Google Chrome thing. Who knows?
Could be.
But Helena knows that this is definitely an unusual guest. This is a Sahaugen, a creature that is normally found in the ocean or sometimes in swamps. But she is wearing a cloak made. She's wearing a cloak made from fishnets, and Chant looks inside the room, and he can make out that there's a bed, a night table, a chest, a desk
Sure.
and chair, some paintings of just like some. This must be like a themed room because all the paintings are like coastal or underwater themed. There's even a bathtub in there. This is a very large guest room
Sure.
that has everything somebody's gonna need, and there is actually a. He can just make out what looks to be a shrine of some kind.
Okay.
But there's like what looks to be a shark in the center of the shrine.
Okay. Is that like a religion check to have any idea?
Yeah, religion check just for Chant because he's
Yeah.
the only one who sees it.
He's also proficient, so that works out. Let's see. Natural 1, 5.
Chant is not proficient in underwater gods.
Sure. Helena's going to, in Aquan, try to speak to this creature and see if they respond. And says,
Sorry. Don't mind my son here. He's just a little bit curious.
She puts up a hand. I'm sorry. I know that you speak the language of the elements, but I do not.
Sorry, I thought. No, it was a. Why am I speaking without the voice? 1 second.
Sorry about that. My son is just a little curious. Please let me buy you a drink in apology. He's adopted.
Just looking back and just looking back and forth between the two of you.
And
Chant just says adopted, just like Helena just did.
Adopted. Yes. Drink is fine. Yes, thank you. And it's marked off another copper of whoever's sheep. But she just waits, just kind of staring at Chant, who I assume is kind of just staring back up at her.
Yeah, Chant will get the hint and kind of walk away a bit. Is this person going with Helena to get a drink?
No, she's gonna wait here.
All right.
And as Helena comes back, there's a bit of a. She comes just as she's going up the stairs. There is a bit of a ruckus as the door gets pushed, like slammed open.
Which door?
And the door on the bottom floor.
Oh, like the main door.
Gets slammed
open.
Okay. And in walks this burly-looking guy who's got just like this cataract clouded eye, and he's just looking over everybody with his own good eye. All right. So we're looking for a friend who goes by Tarina.
Yeah, Helena
Does anybody know where I can find her?
Yeah, Helena makes her way back up the stairs quickly and says, looks at Tarina and says,
one of your friends is here.
And, well, real quick, before you go up the stairs, you see he ends up being flanked by 7 other people in sailor garb. And 2 of them, one of them is just standing next to Clank, and another one is on the other side of the main door, just waiting and watching, as the rest of the group, now 6 total, including the burly individual, makes their way in and is looking around. So, a handful of friends are
6
here.
of your friends are here.
Shit. And we'll pick up there next time.
ooh, okay. No
Yeah,
fighting, no fighting.
So, not just yet, because this would take a little while, and we're about an hour and a half in. So we are going to be kicking off with most likely a fight due to the atmosphere that these individuals carry with them next time. Though who knows? The dice can land where they may, and we'll see how things turn out.
Let's hope we don't have to make any of those death saves, huh?
Yeah. We don't want people to find out that the name of the podcast is a lie.
What?
All right.
We're getting a request to fight.
Oh, fight. Oh, boy. Well, sorry.
Yeah, we can hold it off. Yeah.
Yes. Real quick,
Mhm.
for anybody who is actually death saves with disadvantage. Rain is actually hanging out in the chat, and he shared a direct link to their podcast, To Have and To Roll. We'll be including that in any descriptions of when we post this video, as well as when we put up stuff for our podcast and on our various socials. So thanks for that, Rain. But thank you, everybody who is here for session 1 as we dive into this adventure. We will, I think we did say Sundays, but I think next weekend, Sunday doesn't pan out for us, so it'll probably be a
Monday.
or
Probably
it'll be Monday. We'll be playing next Monday. But keep an eye out for this session going up on YouTube later this week, and the podcast will be up next Sunday.
Let me real quick. I'm gonna set this up to play the little theme we've got here.
Yes.
If I can get it all loaded up the way I need to. Sorry, this will be seamless in the podcast.
Your email.
Oh geez, wrong thing. My bad. That's fine. It's okay. Won't hurt anybody. Nothing too incriminating in there, I don't think. Thank you on the voice filter stuff. Had some fun with putting those together. Hope they weren't too loud or anything. We tried to balance them out to our best. Goodness.
Hacked.
Yeah.
Did you download the MP4 before to listen to it?
I am pulling it up
Or are you doing it now?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Sorry. I could do it a number of ways, but I wanted to do it this way. I was smart and opened a second browser window. So. Why is it not showing up? Oh, there we go. That's where it is. I just need to drag it into the session real quick to play it. Should be no problem. Actually, you know what? I think I can just do this. And this should play perfectly fine because...
What's this? Oh my god, what's this response blue meth email from Heisenberg@gmail.com?
This should be playing through. Yeah, it is.
I don't hear it.
And we're going to head out here.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We plan on doing this on a weekly basis, though already session 2, going to be on a different day. Look at us go. But thanks again to Rain Zero and Daft Prodigy, not only now for the inspiration for us to do this, but also for the wonderful comments in today's stream. But check them out, tohaveandtoroll.podbean.com, tohaveandtoroll on Twitter, and everywhere else you can find your podcasts. We will be doing the same, and we'll see you all next time.